Hey there, everybody. It's your girl, Robin, and I am so excited to be back doing another video. Today, I'm going to be teaching on one of my most favorite subjects to teach on, and that is hosting special guests in excellence. You all know that I'm your customer service queen, hospitality queen, whatever you want to call it. I love teaching and sharing how to make people feel special. In fact, you may know that I have a book that I've written called Wow Your Guests. It talks about how to change the culture of your church so that people, as they serve, will understand what it takes to serve in excellence. So that's not what I'm talking about on today, but if you want to get that book, you can go to my website, thewareagency.com, and get a copy of that book. But again, today I am talking about hosting speakers and artists, 10 must and 10 must not. Now, this teaching really came as a result of someone that I love, honor, and respect. I saw them post this online and I thought, this will be a really good teaching. So let me set this up so that you guys can see where I'm coming from with this teaching. All right, here we go.
I wanted to let you all know that I will not be there in Orangeburg tonight. So please, I'm so sorry about this. All of you all that had planned to come, even those of you all that have drove up to come and hang out with Auntie Dorinda, I want you to know that it was beyond my control, and I thought it was necessary that I not come because the business was not handled. Okay? I love you all, and please catch me on the next one. All right? I'll talk to you later.
All righty. Auntie Doe, she told you, listen, the business was not handled. You don't want that to be your story. You don't want someone to go live and have to share why they're not coming to your event. Now, to protect those that, were part of that situation, I edited the video, but y'all can go over to her page and watch the full video if that's what you want to do. But of course, not until you finish this video. So again, today's video, I am going to be sharing 10 must and 10 must nots as it relates to hosting speakers and special guests. So I am a speaker. I've been extremely blessed to go out on the road, again, teaching from my book on customer service. So get something to write with. This is going to be really good. I have got my notes here of 10 things that you must do if you want to host a special guest in excellence. All right. Number one is you need to send them an official letter of invite. It goes without saying, I know that you may have a relationship with the speaker, so you can send them a text or just call them on the phone and say, hey, I want you at my upcoming event. And that's absolutely fine. But you want to make sure that you send that letter of invite, the official letter of invite, so that they get all the who, what, where, when, and why of the event so that they don't double book themselves and they are prepared to do what you want them to do when they come to your event. Number two is that once you confirm them, send them a letter telling them that, hey, I know I reached out to you, but here is your letter of confirmation. The letter of confirmation is going to share, what else you need from them, whether it's a W-9, a photo, whatever details you need. Number three is a hospitality form. What does it take to host you in excellence? What are your favorite treats? What are the snacks? What is it that you like so that we can host you in excellence? Number four is sending them a welcome itinerary. Listen, I'm talking about 10 must things to make sure that your guest, your artist, your speaker has a great, amazing experience with you at your event. Number four is to prepare a welcome itinerary. Give them all the details of what's going to happen once they are at your event. And then number five, the airport pickup. Who's going to be their driver? Who's going to be their host or their adjutant? What kind of, who should they be looking for when they come and get you, or who you should be looking for when they come and get you at the airport. Number six is your hotel information. It should be checked in, right? You want to make sure, if you want your guests to have an amazing experience, pre-check them in. Number six, do the hotel pre-check-in. I can't stress that enough. You do not want your guests standing there in the lobby with you while you try to figure out where, what's going on with their room. And then number 7, you want a knowledgeable attendant, an adjutant, assistant, or host to be assigned to your special guest that knows what's going on. Listen, I have traveled all around this country. I've worked with other speakers, artists, and pastors, and there's nothing more frustrating than to have an adjutant that says, I don't know. They don't tell me anything. And you think they won't answer us that way? Yes, they will. Put in the comments, you guys, if you know this to be true. Yes, they will. So you want to make sure that you have someone that is well informed as to what's going on and what's expected of the guest, of the artist, of the speaker while they are at your event. And then number 8, you want to make sure that that adjutant, that hostess, is specifically assigned to that one guest. Yes, nothing worse than having an adjutant that's also in charge of registration or the green room. No, you want someone that can be specifically assigned to your special guest. And then that way, you know that they are very comfortable. And then number 9 is you want to go ahead and identify the seating. If you want to make sure that your guest, your artist has an amazing experience, make sure seating is taken care of. Nothing more awkward than to walk in a room and then the adjutant say, I don't really know where I'm supposed to, seat you. Or people have to get up and move. You want to make sure that all of that is handled. If you want your guests to have an amazing experience, all of that should be handled before they arrive. All right. And then number 10 is you want to have a green room with amenities. The green room, of course, it's a place where your guests can be comfortable. They can get snacks, they can get beverages, they can prepare for their time of speaking or of ministering, get their thoughts together, they can pray, they can make a call, they can, even meet with your media team. You want to make sure, again, if you want them to have an amazing experience while being your guest, that they have got a place where they can prepare before they speak. Alrighty. Woo! Those are just 10 quick things. Now I'm going to give you 10 things that you should not do, right? But put in the comments if those 10 really work, if they, connect with you, if you're like, okay, Robin is onto something with that. Well, let's go ahead and talk about 10 things that you want to avoid, that you must not do. Number 1 is improper follow-up. Again, as I said, you may have a relationship with the speaker or the artist, so you reach out to them directly and say, hey, we want you for our event. But if you fail to follow up properly, that is a huge do not do, right? Avoid that. You don't want your special guest wondering, what are the details? What's the who, what, where, when, and why? I've got this date on my calendar. Yikes. Let me tell you, they may get another invite on their calendar. And if they don't have the proper follow-up from you, they may take that other date. I've seen it happen. All right. Number 2 is that you text asking them for their flight preferences, but you've not given them any details. What airport should they fly into? What time should they be there? Can they fly in the day of? Do they, is there time for them to leave the night of? What airline is best for your area? Again, this is a do not do, all right? Do not send them a text. Handle business as business. Y'all put that in the comments. Handle business as business. And then number 3 is booking an alternate flight. Listen, if you want to end a relationship, book a flight that the speaker, the artist, the guest didn't approve. I've had that happen where I got a ticket and it said a different airline. And so the host said, well, this was, a little bit cheaper. You have to be considerate of your speaker, your artist, your guest. You want to do what makes them comfortable. Now, if the ticket is thousands different, I get it. But call and have a conversation. You should never just take it upon yourself to go ahead and book an alternate flight. Yeah, that might be like the number 1 reason why relationships end. You do not want to get your guest, discombobulated because you have booked them on an airline they do not care for. I'm a Delta girl, right? I live in Atlanta. There's a reason why I fly Delta. I have privileges with Delta because I fly them so much. I get upgrades. As a matter of fact, you as a host, I don't ask my host to book me first class. Because I have privileges with Delta, you're able to book a lower class ticket for me because I typically will get an upgrade for free. Like that's like your favorite price, right? Free.com. So, but if you book me on an alternate airline, I don't have those privileges. You book me on an alternate airline, I got to pay for baggage. I might not be able to check in early. And listen, the worst thing is I might not be able to make a change to my ticket without it costing me a lot. So it matters. So make sure that you never book an alternate flight without their approval. Number 4 is multiple calls for information. Listen, that says that your team is not organized and you do not want that reputation. Speakers talk. Y'all saw the video that Auntie Doe did. They will talk and share that your group, your organization, or your conference is, great or that they're not great. So you want to make sure that you're organized. And I'm going to give y'all one of my tips as to how you can ensure that you get all the information you need in one call. So make sure you watch till the end of this video. And then number 5, if you want to, oh my goodness, this is a do not do. If you want to make your, speaker like question, what in the world have I gotten myself into? Don't pay for their hotel room. Yes. Don't let them show up and the hotel room isn't paid for. I've had that happen where, the adjutant, the host, they're sweet as they can be. They go up to the front desk because they didn't check it in, before they picked me up. But they go to the front desk to get the key and the room's not paid for. So then they're on the phone calling, administration saying, hey, the room's not paid for. What should happen? And then I'm standing there awkward saying, well, should I just put my credit card down and get reimbursed? You don't want that. I want you to make sure that that is something that you never, ever do. All right, let's keep going. I hope that you guys are enjoying these. Put it in the comments and let me know. Robin is knocking these out of the park. Number 6 is do not give a big giant fruit basket, particularly to someone that's there for one day. They cannot eat all of that fruit in one day. So then they have to decide, do I throw it away? Do I give it to housekeeping? Do I give it back to the adjutant? The adjutant may be like, wow, they don't, appreciate our hospitality. That's not the case at all. They just know that they can't carry this big giant fruit basket, back on the plane. So do not do that. And then number 7 is, oh my goodness, please make sure that you assign someone to your guests. If you don't assign an adjutant, you just, have your guests picked up and, dropped off at the hotel and then, told that somebody's going to call you and, work out getting you to the event. Absolutely not. That is a do not do. You must not ever do that. You want to make sure that you assign a host to your special guests. All right. And then make sure that that adjutant is assigned to them only. I already talked about that. So let's keep going. Number 8 is having to change seats. Oh my goodness, nothing more awkward than to be the speaker, the artist, the special guest, and you're brought in and the adjutant tells you to have a seat, and then you discover, yikes, that you're in somebody else's seat. And so they want you to get up and move. Now, it's not like the worst thing that could ever happen. However, you do not want to, stress out your speaker. Have your details in order. So again, one of the things to never do is to not know where you're going to seat your special guest. And then number 9 is multimedia doesn't work. That can be very frustrating. If I sent you video files as a speaker, I use PowerPoint slides. I want to know that my slides work. I like to get there early, or my assistant will go and make sure that the slides work properly. Or if I'm showing a video, I want to make sure that it works properly. For artists, they want to make sure that their tracks work properly. So this is a must not. You want to make sure that you never have a situation where multimedia doesn't work because, you didn't test it out, you didn't do a sound check, or you didn't practice. All right, we're wrapping it up. Number 10, this is the biggie. The honorarium isn't ready. I know you're saying, oh, is that a biggie? Yes, it is. It can be extremely awkward to have to ask for your payment. Listen, you invited me. You invited that speaker, you invited that artist. They shouldn't have to chase their check. All right. Or we shouldn't have to chase our check. It should be presented, upon arrival, whatever the arrangements were, whatever the agreement was. But regardless, even if it's at the end, they shouldn't have to chase their check. You heard Auntie Dorinda say the business wasn't handled. I'm pretty sure, y'all, she's talking about the honorarium. The business side was not handled. That is a must not do. You see what happened? She didn't go to the event. She, right up front said, I'm not going to the event. Now, I haven't spoken with her about, the details, so I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I've worked with enough artists and speakers to tell you that if the business isn't handled, a lot of them, like Auntie Dorinda, will not get on the plane. They're not going to show up and let you, yank them around and, go up and down and all around because you don't have your business in order. All right. So those were my 10 musts and my 10, listen to this, 10 things that you should not do. Well, I promised you that if you hung out to the end of the video that I had a special offer for you. I have got what I call my special guest information sheet. This document, it is a template. Listen to this, you guys. It is an editable document at that. You can take this form, this template, your team can, and use it to book all of your special guests. It comes in 10 sections. And if your assistant uses this form when they book your special guest, they're never going to miss a detail. I'm telling you, this template, I have used it. I have used it with clients and they absolutely love it. So I want to encourage you. Click the button below, wherever, if you see the button, see the link, whichever it is, click that and it's going to share with you how you can get your own copy of my special guest information sheet. It is a template that every assistant should have in their library. If you host events, if you do conferences, you need my special guest information sheet. Again, get your own copy. All you have to do is click the link in the bottom, under this video so that your team can take your level of excellence as it relates to hosting a special guest to the next level. God bless.